The next candidate is Jing Than, PhD student in Biomedical Sciences, Faculty of Medicine. And the title of the presentation is, Do Fireflies Belong in Research?
Now don't worry, this isn't one of these quizzes you find on Facebook where 99% of you will fail. But actually, these equations will help you to understand my thesis. So on to the first one. We wondered, how can a firefly help us to better understand the lungs? Well, to tackle this question, we must know that mitochondria are the powerhouses of the cell because they produce adenosine triphosphate, or simply ATP. This molecule is important for cells to live as it stores and transfers energy. However, through an unknown process, ATP can be released from the cells, which seems kind of counterintuitive because why would a cell lose its source of energy? But in fact, ATP has another role once out of a cell. It can act as a signaling molecule to show danger. So on to the second equation, we have ATP and a firefly. Well, of course, fireflies glow in the dark because they have luciferin and luciferase, which in presence of ATP will produce light. So if we surround cells with luciferin and luciferase, we can study ATP release because if you can see light, it means there's ATP outside of the cell. So for my PhD thesis, we created a method to quantify ATP with the light. Therefore, at the third equation, we aim to measure this light. And to release ATP, cells need to be stretched. Stretching here is not doing exercises to warm up before a workout, but rather stretch is a strain or pulling force acting on the cells. And the organ that is constantly subjected to stretch is none other than the one that takes my breath away, the lungs, because we're breathing all right. So by studying light in the lungs, we were able to bring the mechanism of ATP release to light. Therefore, eureka. We shows that as the cell is stretching, its membrane is holding on for dear life, enabling ATP to get out of the cell through holes formed during stretch. So therefore, to sum up all these equations into one, my thesis studies the effect of stretch on ATP release in the lungs and explains how cells can release ATP in response to stretch. These findings are important to answer urgent questions, such as how can we prevent ATP from aggravating lung injury in patients supported by mechanical ventilation. To this end, I'm delighted to tell you that fireflies do belong in research, which we hope will one day help sick patients to breathe better. Thank you.